All right. Case here, Shaffer versus Heitner. A little bit more of a complicated case. A shareholder sues the owners of Greyhound, or some officers of Greyhound, in Delaware. The court orders that their stock is seized for potential use in repaying the man, as the company is in Delaware, and therefore the stock is as well. That's the rule in Delaware and nowhere else. If you own stock in a Delaware company, it is in Delaware. The stock is in Delaware. Doesn't matter where the physical paper that says you own the stock is. The stock, the physical, the metaphysical stock is in Delaware. So the case recognizes that an in rem suit directly affects the person whose property is under contention. So if you're bringing a suit against someone, their property is under contention, that affects them. And so you can't, what it's saying is you can't use property to force someone to be summoned, right? If the property is what's under suit, that's a different question. But you can't just seize someone's stock, especially since they're the only state that does it this way. You need to have a test of fair play and substantial justice. And that was previously applied to in personam. It is now also being applied to in rem. A person should have ties beyond the simple existence of property in the state. Now, this is not true for real property, right? But what it's saying is you shouldn't seize someone's property in order to get them to show up in the state. So attempting a summons by seizure essentially is not okay. The property in question should be the question of the suit if it is taken by the court, right? So if your property is what is under suit, that's okay. Now, mind you, in this, they're also saying, kind of subtly in this case, that in personam jurisdiction would have worked fine. They could totally sue the people with that jurisdiction because, well, they're the heads of a Delaware company. Or, they're officers of a Delaware company. Minimum context should be met to establish in rem jurisdiction. And if you can't do it directly, you can't. If you can't do it directly, you can't do it indirectly, right? You can't. If you can't summon someone directly, you can't just summon them by seizing their property. In this case, they should have brought the case in personam, not in rem.